To the official press conference here at the MGM National Harbor here. It is great to be here in this wonderful facility as we get set for the WBC Featherweight Championship matchup featuring Gary Russell Jr. out of Capitol Heights, Maryland, taking on the very tough and rugged out of Colombia, Oscar Escandon. It is a pleasure to be here at the new MGM. Before we begin the proceedings, Saturday night's event is being presented by TGB Promotions, and if you have any inkling or have been around the boxing business, you know that TGB Promotions has promoted some amazing events, and they have such a rich tradition going back to the late great Dan Goosen, and now with Tom Brown at the helm. When it comes to people that know boxing, Tom Brown and TGB Promotions, they know boxing. They put on amazing events all over the country, and it has been wonderful to work with them the past several years. Please welcome the promoter for Saturday night's card here at the MGM National Harbor, Mr. Tom Brown.
Well, now you know I like to bring Ray along. I want to start and say that TGB Promotions is honored to promote our first event here in the theater at the new MGM National Harbor. I'd like to thank the tremendous team here at the MGM National Harbor. They're represented here today by Pete Brascia, their Senior Vice President of Casino Marketing at MGM Resorts International. We also want to thank Showtime for televising this exciting card. They're represented here today by Chris DeBlasio, the Senior VP of Sports Communication. And I'd also like to thank Stephen Espinoza, the Executive Vice President of Showtime Sports. Showtime has started to focus on divisions, and they're heavily invested in the featherweight division. Last year alone, they aired 6 featherweight championship fights. I also want to thank our great sponsor, Corona Beer. And I'd like to say it's a pleasure to be back here again in Maryland, working with the Maryland Athletic Commission. I want to thank Patrick Pernella. I don't think he's here today. He's a hands-on guy, and he's really made it easy for promoters to come into the state and have a successful show. Our exceptional card features 3 fighters from the Washington, D.C. area. The Russell family, and the main event is led by the WBC World Champion, Gary Russell Jr. He'll be taking on the WBC Interim World Champion, the tough Colombian Oscar Escandon. So Saturday night, the doors open at 3:45. Tickets are still on sale. You can go get them through Ticketmaster or here at the MGM National Harbor. We've got a big card. We've got 3 title fights Saturday night. So we've got a lot of team members and fighters to introduce. So at this time, I want to throw it back to Ray and get things started here. Thank you very much.
Ray, Tom Brown!
Thank you very much, Tom. Greatly appreciate it. And as Tom mentioned, the doors do open up at 3:45. First bout inside the ring shortly after 4 o'clock. You know what? For an event of this magnitude on Showtime Championship Boxing Saturday night, it takes a wonderful partnership. Fighters, trainers, cornermen, promoters, Tom Brown, his lovely daughter Brittany, the entire staff at the MGM National Harbor. And what I have to tell you is that MGM, they do things right. I love the MGM Grand, and when I walked into this building here at the MGM National Harbor, it is immaculate. TGB Promotions co-promoted the Leo Santa Cruz Carl Frampton #2 fight back on January 28th at MGM Grand. And as I'm walking around here and all over the facility, this is a first-class place here at the MGM National Harbor. It is wonderful that we can go to the West Coast in Vegas and now be here at the MGM National. Anything with MGM behind it, I'm a fan, and I think it is wonderful that Big Time Boxing is here at the MGM National Harbor. Let's bring up the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Operations, Mr. Pete Brascia.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. So it's my job to welcome everyone here. On behalf of Bill Boasberg, our General Manager, and our nearly 4,000 employees here at MGM National Harbor, I'd like to welcome the media, the fighters in their camps, our partner Tom Brown, and obviously Showtime. Is he here? Yes. Okay, and Showtime. So welcome everyone. We're very proud that in the brief time that we've been opened here at MGM National Harbor, we opened December 8th of last year, and we're already hosting our third major boxing event. We've hosted 2 other boxing events here with World Championship fights, and this will be another World Championship fight here at MGM and another great event. We look forward to hosting DMV native Gary Russell Jr., featherweight champion, his first professional fight here in the region, and his second title defense. Not only Gary, this is a family affair for the Russells, and I want to wish all Garys luck Saturday night. We'd also like to extend a warm welcome to Oscar Escandon. We wish the Olympian good luck Saturday night in your long-awaited championship bout. So good luck. As a matter of fact, Gary Russell Sr., the trainer of Gary Russell Jr. and his brothers, will be celebrating a birthday Saturday night, I believe. Is that true? So, to mark that special occasion, it seems like every time I'm up on the dais, I bring out a cake. So, I'm bringing out another cake. Happy birthday early. Happy birthday, sir. Don't hit me.
Okay, everybody get that? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right. More cake. Let him move up to the side here. So again, I just want to thank TGB. I want to thank the fighters. I want you all to have a great fight, safe fight. Looking forward to a great night Saturday night. And welcome to MGM National Harbor. And we hope to see you many, many more times. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pete. Greatly appreciate it. Now we want to bring up the Senior Vice President of Sports Communications from Showtime, Chris de Blasio. But before we bring up Chris, Showtime has done a wonderful job all year long when it comes to being at the forefront of showcasing prize fights this year and the past couple of years. You can look no further than Showtime Championship Boxing. Just a couple of weeks ago, they televised from start to finish and live the Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko tremendous heavyweight championship matchup at Wembley Stadium in front of over 90,000 people. And I'm hoping I'm not stealing some of your thunder, Chris. I do apologize, but it does bring the fact that it is Chris de Blasio and Stephen Espinoza who does a wonderful job. I mean, I can recollect that January 14th, the James DeGale Badu Jack matchup. Then fast forward to 1 month later, Adrian Granados, Adrian Broner, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. We can go on, and it's only going to keep getting better because Showtime Championship Boxing sets the standard when it comes to big-time World Championship Boxing. Now I can bring up Chris de Blasio to give a couple of comments.
Thanks, Ray. You stole a little bit of thunder, but I'll keep this brief. I want to thank Pete and everybody at the MGM National Harbor here. It's a beautiful facility, as Ray had mentioned, immaculate and highly recommended. I want to thank Tom Brown and his entire group for being accommodating and helping us to put on the best presentation possible. We've worked with Tom and, of course, Goose in Boxing for many, many years, and we're proud to be here. Showtime Sports is, as Ray had mentioned, really on an unprecedented run of presenting world-class boxing live on our network. Saturday night begins 4 consecutive weekends in a row where we're going to present live boxing directly on Showtime. It's part of a larger spring schedule that features 7 World Championship fights, some 15 bouts overall, over the course of 8 weeks in April, May, and June. All of this is free to our subscribers. None of it is on pay-per-view, trying to bring the best fights we can to the largest possible audience. from Andre Berto and Sean Porter and Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko back in April, to this Saturday's very special split site, 4 fights on one telecast from London and here in Maryland. Then on next weekend to Sheffield, England for a really crucial welterweight matchup. Then to Montreal on June 3rd. And finally, live from the International Boxing Hall of Fame's induction weekend in Canastota, New York on Friday, June 9th, we have a very special edition of ShowBox, The New Generation. Following our live telecast on Friday night, we will immortalize boxing legends on the induction weekend, Evander Holyfield, the late Johnny Tapia as well, along with our very own boxing lifers, Steve Farhood and Barry Tompkins, and Jimmy Lennon Sr., who for purposes of today we'll claim as our own. Showtime Sports, under the leadership of Steven Espinoza, has consistently delivered these biggest boxing matches and the most important events from around the globe. And Saturday night's unique presentation of 4 fights, 2 world championship bouts, 2 title eliminators from 2 different nations' capitals, all on one show, is yet another example of our unrivaled commitment to the sport. Saturday's show begins at a special time, live at 6 p.m. Eastern. We have coverage of the Beltway's own native son, Gervonta Davis, the undefeated champion who has bravely gone overseas to fight for his world title defense against mandatory challenger Liam Walsh in London. That fight will open our telecast at 6 and be shown live to the audience here in the theater. And that'll be before we begin the live 3-fight coverage of the excellent matchups on this card. The event will fittingly conclude with Gary Russell Jr., a veteran champion, who's only just now making his first professional start in his hometown. Gary, along with Andre Durrell, are guys that have grown up professionally on Showtime. In fact, this will be Andre's 9th appearance on the network and the 8th for Gary. Gary, you hold a unique distinction with us. You're the only fighter in the history of our ShowBox series, our prospect-oriented series for almost 20 years, to ever have made his professional debut on there. Suffice it to say that I'm proud to be here. All of us at Showtime are really proud to deliver this event live to our audience. We thank you for your time and wish luck to all the fighters on the card.
Chris de Blasio, I want to thank him and his entire staff, Steven Espinoza, the head of Showtime Championship Boxing. Greatly appreciate that. Now let's meet some of the fighters that will be partaking on the undercard. As Chris mentioned, Gervonta Davis, Liam Walsh. What's great about this card, especially about the in-fight experience, as tickets are still available, they are going very quickly. Doors open up at 3:45, first bout inside the ring at 4 o'clock. Then, 6 o'clock, we will show the Gervonta Davis-Liam Walsh fight inside the theater, so you will not miss that. And then we transition over to live Showtime Championship Boxing here at the MGM National Harbor. Let's bring up a gentleman he is a 2-year pro. He is one of the members of the Russell family, Gary Antonio Russell. 7-0, 5 knockouts, taking on Giovanni Fuentes of Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, 7 wins, 5 knockouts, a 2-year pro, looking to make more of a statement. Here is Gary Antonio Russell.
How y'all doing today? Really excited about this fight. Very excited about competing alongside of my brothers. To add on to that, it feels good to come home and fight. You know, have my family and friends to actually be in the building when we're all competing. I seen probably 2 footages of my opponent. We explored his weaknesses and his strengths, and we're looking to explore him come fight night. That's it. That's it.
I think you can tell that Gary is a little focused, and I can tell you firsthand, he doesn't allow his opponents to go late. He doesn't get paid by the hour. I don't even think he gets paid by the round because he makes it that short, is what Gary Antonio Russell does. Well, the long lineage of the Russell family, let's take a look at the younger brother now, 20 years of age, a 2016 United States Olympian who did a wonderful job of representing the United States in Rio de Janeiro. He's taking and making his pro debut on Saturday night here in his home area. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Gary Antoine Russell.
Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all know my name, y'all know who I am, y'all know my accolades. I hope y'all ready for the 20th. I'm definitely ready. What I want to say is that the Olympics to mishaps. Life gonna throw you bones and bumps that you gotta get over. The big thing is how you get over them and bounce back from it. So my pro debut is gonna be extraordinary. I just gotta be on the edge of y'all seats and making sure y'all eyes are open because it might be quick. And tune in.
All right, we appreciate Gary Antoine Ross, who is actually taking on a 9-fight veteran, Joshua Ross, here at the MGM National Harbor. Let's get into our televised portion, Showtime Championship Boxing. This is a WBA Super Lightweight Elimination matchup. Let's bring up from Belarus. This gentleman has an 86% knockout percentage, 25 wins, 16 of those coming by way of knockout, 2 defeats. Recently coming off a very hard fight. He pushed Ricky Burns to the limit last October. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Kirill Relik. Translator, come up and translate.
Сразу извиняюсь за то, что я не говорю по-английски.
Sorry about that I cannot speak in English.
Я очень рад находиться здесь и принять участие в таком шоу.
I'm very happy to be here and be the part of this show.
Так что я постараюсь сделать все возможное от меня зависящее, чтобы показать отличный бой, чтобы людям понравилось.
And I will do my best to show the great fight that people like me here across the ocean. Thank you.
All right, that was Kirill Relik, who takes on the gentleman I'm getting ready to introduce. He is a 2-division world champion, won a world title at 130 pounds, won a world title at 135, and now hopes to capture a world championship at 140 pounds, but has to get past Kirill Relik in order to get a world title shot opportunity. He is originally from Havana, Cuba, made his way and defected from Cuba back in 2008 to make a better life for himself and his family. Didn't like the way the amateur system was going down there in Cuba, but my goodness, what a transition. 25 victories, 13 of those coming by way of knockout. He's an exciting fighter. He has, as they like to say, the skills to pay the bills. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Rancis Kid Blast Bartholomew.
Sorry, I don't speak English, sorry. Bueno, primero que todo quiero agradecerle a todos los organizadores del evento, a todos los promotores, a la prensa por asistir. Y nada, estoy muy emocionado de pelear aquí en el MGM, en una gran cartelera como es Escandon y Gary Russell. Y nada, no se lo pierdan a través de Showtime, que voy a dar lo mejor de mí, como siempre. Traigo cosas nuevas, agradecerle a mi equipo de trabajo, a Ismael Sal, a la leyenda de Joel, el Servicio Casamayor, y a mi hermano León, que siempre me está apoyando. Y nada, no dejen de encender el televisor el sábado.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. It's an honor to be here at the MGM National Harbor, to be a part of a great card of this magnitude. You know, Gary Russell and Oscar Escandon for the Featherweight Championship of the World. I want to tell you that I have been working on some different things and some new items in my arsenal. I want to also thank my entire training camp staff. I want to thank Ismael Salas, along with Joel Casamayor, my brother Letuan, who pushes me a great deal. And listen, don't miss it on Saturday night because it's going to be eventful. Once again, a round of applause for Rancis Kid Blast Bartholomew, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to go ahead and punch his ticket for a world title shot opportunity at 140 pounds. Now let's move up about 28 pounds to the super middleweight division. Very hard puncher of 4 straight victories by way of stoppage, and incidentally, he's only 26 years of age. I can recollect that I saw him in San Antonio back in October of 2015 when he wiped out Julius Jackson. He has a very hard punch. As we like to say in Spanish, tiene una pegada. He can hit like nobody's business. He is representing Venezuela, now living in Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Jose Luis Uzcategui.
No inglés. Primero que nada, agradecerles a todos los medios por haber venido. Y bueno, como dijo mi pana allá, ¿no? Que no se pierdan esas grandes peleas porque van a ser súper grandes, ¿no? Agradecido por todos. Y bueno, esperemos que el sábado salgan todos bien y que Dios me lo bendiga.
I want to thank all the members of the press for coming out. Once again, as Rance has said, one of my counterparts, so thank you very much to all the press and all the media outlets for coming out. And just want to let you know, don't miss Saturday night because it is going to be a great event. And really tune in to my fight against Andre Durrell. So I do not believe, I think Andre is on his way down. So Andre will make his way down. So when he gets here, hopefully we will have and allow you guys to go and speak with him. But Andre Durrell, just to give you a quick synopsis on him, 27 years of age, coming off a victory over Blake Caparello. He represents Flint, Michigan, alongside his brother Anthony Durrell. You know, you hear about the brothers that are kind of making their way into the sport of boxing. The Charlo brothers in Houston, the Durrell brothers in Flint, Michigan, and here, this is for the IBF Interim Super Middleweight Championship. So Andre has an opportunity to really go ahead and do some major things. And you know what? He's only 27 years of age, but he had a tremendous fight with James DeGale in Boston back in 2015. He actually happens to be here right now. But just to give you more, and going back to 2009, he went to Nottingham, England, and he fought Carl Froch. And this was when Froch was at its peak. This was in the Super 6 tournament, and he lost by split decision, but the man is coming out, and he consistently performs, and he's so well known to the boxing public, but he's only 27 years of age. And he always represents Flint, Michigan, alongside his brother Anthony. So please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Andre Durrell.
Walk into it, baby. Let's go. Easy work. Let's go. It's go time.
First off, I'd like to thank Al Heyman once again. He set this beautiful fight up for me. And then line again for another world championship. Man, I cannot thank him enough. It's been a long journey for me. It's been very, very hard. But I've always managed to climb back on top, you know, and that's what I'm about. And the hard work I put in will make Saturday night easy work. So I like to thank God for this opportunity. I like to thank my opponent. He's a hell of a fighter. If anybody's in line for a world championship, it's this man right here. He has the guts, he has the will, he has the power, he has the skill. The boy can fight. You know, so he's just up against a tougher opponent, a better opponent, more skilled, smarter, intelligent. You know, I'm gonna get in that ring and I'm gonna display all of my abilities, man. So I'm very excited, very confident, very willing and very ready. You know, so come May 20th, it's time for work. It's time for Andre to get on top and stay on top.
Easy work. Let's see how slow you is. You want to see how slow you is? Easy work.
Round of applause for Andre Durrell. It's funny that they say it's easy work. Well, it doesn't take any work to watch Showtime Championship Boxing or come here to the MGM National Harbor. That's really easy, and you will be entertained watching Andre Durrell and Jose Luis Uzcategui. Let's get set for our main event now. In order for there to be a prize fighter, they have to have a tremendous trainer. And Saturday night, here at the MGM National Harbor, Showtime Championship Boxing presented by TGB Promotions, we have the WBC featherweight title on the line. But we have a wonderful trainer. He trained his son, Robert Guerrero, to many world championships and is hoping to do exactly the same with Oscar Escandon. Please welcome the always entertaining Ruben Guerrero.
First of all, I want to thank God for having a good training camp, and that's the best when you got Jesus on your side, and we got Jesus on the side, and we're ready over here, man. We're ready to do what it takes. Fight Gary Russell. Gary Russell's a good fighter. We know what we expect to go against. He's one of the best, and we're here, man. So we're gonna prove who's gonna be the best, and that's gonna be us in the ring. And like they say, you know. We don't worry about the judges. We don't worry about nothing because this is going to come down to a war. We're going to get down. We're going to come. We're going to bring it. And I know he's going to be ready because he knows who he's going against. So it's going to be a war, and I hope he's ready because my rooster, my gallito, he's ready. And once I put those gloves on him, man, I'm telling you, man, you're going to see. Everybody see. The whole world's going to see who's going to be the best featherweight. And no disrespect, happy birthday to his dad. I know they want to give him a present, but you know, hey, I hope it happens, but I don't know about that. You know, happy birthday. So I want to thank all the fighters right here. You know, I want them to wish them good luck, all of them. You know, all the fighters, because everybody works hard. I know how hard it is to work. Everybody wants to win, but it's going to be our day, May 20th. We're going to win, and we're going to go to the top. Like Oscar de la Hoya said, we're going to the top, you know. So we're going to be ready. I want to thank everybody for, you know, being here, you know, and there ain't going to be no baby nuts in this fight. I'll tell you that much. Everybody's going to be ready, man. And it's going to be a war on Showtime. It's going to be a great fight, one of the best. And, you know, para toda la gente, le estoy diciendo a toda la gente aquí que va a ser una buena pelea y que nosotros venimos a ganar y nosotros vamos a ser, que vamos a ganar el 10 de mayo, el 20 de mayo vamos a ganar nosotros. Para toda la gente, para toda la raza, todos los chicanos, Colombia, Maguey, todos listos para la pelea, van a mirar un campeón del mundo, vamos a llevar el título para atrás. Y ya les dije a todos, y van a ver un Escandón nuevo. Cuando vayamos para Colombia, yo voy a ir con él después del título ahí. Voy a mirar muchas muchachas bonitas, colombianas. I wanna thank everybody, man. You know, and God bless everybody. And we're ready to do it, man. Woo! That's it, baby. Down, and I want to say Tom Brown. Tom Brown, I've been working with him for a long time. Cool guy. Me and him, we go a long way. So hey, he puts up the good show, the best, man. Tom Brown.
Well, to pretty much summarize what Ruben said in Spanish is he says that once they are victorious with Oscar, he's going to go down to Colombia and party with him, and that's the short and condensed version as best that I can. That is for family atmospheres. This is a family show here at the MGM National Harbor. Want to thank Corona Extra as well. There is nothing like watching Showtime Championship Boxing, being here at the MGM National Harbor, cracking open a Corona beer. For me, I love a lime in my Corona and enjoying the fights up close and personal. Very much appreciate the hospitality and what Corona has been able to do for the past couple of years with us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up the one half of the main event on Saturday night here at MGM National Harbor. This gentleman is a 2004 Olympian, crushed Robinson Castellanos last March. He's a terrific fighter. He certainly has the mindset to become a world champion. He is the interim WBA featherweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, it's coincidental that his nickname happens to be El Guerrero because he is trained by Ruben Guerrero. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Oscar Escandon.
Yeah.
Bueno, primero que todo, pues le quiero dar las gracias a Dios por haberme dado la oportunidad de estar donde estoy. También le quiero dar las gracias a Jiménez por darme la oportunidad de esta pelea, a mi familia, a mi equipo de trabajo. Lo único que les quiero decir, no me gusta hablar mucho, pero este sábado van a ver un nuevo campeón porque vine fue por ese título. Vengo de donde vengo. Yo sé para dónde voy, a dónde quiero estar y ese título es mío. Ese título se va conmigo para Colombia. Ese título es mío, no importa dónde estoy, acá estoy de visitante, pero acá vengo a pelear y me va a llevar el título. Muchas gracias y espero que les vaya a gustar el espectáculo porque van a ver un Escandon nuevo. Dios los bendiga.
I want to thank my family, want to thank Al Heyman for this wonderful opportunity. I don't like to talk much, but I can let you know that I'm coming and I will take home the World Championship back to Colombia. I certainly respect Gary, but you know, Saturday night's going to be a great event. But my mindset is I'm going to go home with the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. It doesn't bother me that I'm fighting him in his hometown. I'm going to go out, do my business, and then take home the world title. Once again, a round of applause for Oscar El Guerrero Escandon. Well, we talk about great trainers, and this gentleman has certainly been here in the D.C. and the Maryland area doing a wonderful job for many, many years. He is celebrating his birthday. They have a lovely cake for him, and he's hoping to celebrate a victory for his son on Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing him. There are a lot of Gary Russells, but this is Gary Russell Sr., the trainer of all his sons.
Thank you so much. We did our homework. We've been working hard in the gym. Thank you, Mr. Guerrero, for bringing me and my birthday wishes. Everybody got prepared until they get hit. You know, and that's the bottom line. We've been preparing for the fight. We know he brings pressure. We're willing to deal with it. Hope he can stand under the guns.
That cake is really sweet from what it seems like, and I know Gary's hoping that there'll be some left over on Saturday night as well. So let's bring up his son, he's coming home, he's making his homecoming, and he is a world champion. The featherweight division is one of the most exciting divisions in all of boxing. You have the likes of Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares, Lee Selby, Carl Frampton, and then you have this gentleman as well who is at the top and doing a wonderful job. He is an exciting fighter. He has speed, he has quickness. He thinks very quickly. He's coming off of 2 straight wins by stoppage, disposed of Patrick Hyland last April. And you know, it's funny because, you know, in talking with people all over the fight business, trainers and those that are in the game, they go that the punches that are the worst are those that you cannot see coming. Well, I can tell you by talking to his opponents, there are a lot of punches that this man throws that they don't see coming. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, and I'm sounding like LeBron James right now, but they send a lot of punches because he is so fast and quick. And not only that, but he has this mindset of dare to be great. He is looking for any and all challengers, but at the end of the day, he represents this area. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome the reigning and defending WBC featherweight champion of the world from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Gary Russell Jr.
First and foremost, I want to thank y'all for acknowledging my favorite superhero for his birthday. That's my man. Secondly, to the fighters, I might need to interpret as well. To the fighters, the coaches, the media, the staff, everybody that's played their part, it's an honor to share the field of battle with you guys. I hear Guerrero say he'd be ready for a war. My father told me what creates a war is 2 fighters that didn't have a plan B. That's the difference. That's the X factor. A lot of people are one-dimensional. You have to have a level of versatility. The more intellectual fighter is most likely the one that wins the fight. Boxing is supposed to be called the sweet science. Once again, I feel as though it's become a lost art. A lot of people are winning fights because they're just stronger or faster. They feel as though they're more conditioned. A friend of mine told me that boxing is intellect manifested on a physical form. That's the X factor. That's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference between being a good fighter to a great fighter. The level of intellect. We ready to rumble. I judge my success and my training camps by how much I get cursed out in the gym. We ain't get cursed out this much this camp. So that means we on point. Ready? Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, guys, a round of applause for Gary Russell Jr., the WBC featherweight champion of the world. A couple of housekeeping notes, and want to say that it is wonderful that Gary is fighting here at the MGM National Harbor. This is like a hometown venue for him. I think it's perfect. I think they almost erected it for you, to be honest with you and your brothers. I mean, because you guys are going to be fighting here for quite some time. And TGB Promotions and Showtime Championship Boxing, along with Corona Extreme, are thrilled to be here, a part of this tremendous event. Also, want to let you know that the food in the back is for the media, so once we are done and you guys are done doing interviews, you can go ahead and partake in some of the food in the back. Don't forget, doors open up at 3:45, first bout inside the ring shortly after 4 o'clock. Gervonta Davis, Liam Walsh will be shown at 6 o'clock. Then we get set with our Showtime Championship Boxing triple header. It is Gary Russell Jr., Oscar Escandon for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World, presented by TGB Promotions. Televised live on Showtime. We will now pose the fighters off and get them squared away, so get ready for your photo opportunities. And thank you very much to the fine staff at Swanson Communications and the MGM National Harbor for helping to orchestrate today's presser. Take care, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
The camera's made for you. Somebody in Vegas sent me something.
Very good. You guys get that? Anthony? Good? Okay.
Drop that camera, please. Drop that iPhone. Easy work. Lower your iPhone. I should be up there with y'all. Come on up.